Hello everybody, we are now on to chapter 25 of The Billionaire Boy by David Walliams. And up to this point, Joe's really upset about what his dad did, but he has made up with his friend Bob, which is positive. So let's find out what happens next. Chapter 25, broken. Broken. That's the only word that could describe how Joe's dad looked. He was standing outside Bumfresh Towers in his dressing gown. Mr. Spud addressed the camera, his eyes red from crying. "I've lost everything," he said slowly. His whole face shattered with emotion. "Everything. But all I want is my son back. My beautiful boy." Then the tears welled up in Mr. Spud and he had to catch his breath. Joe looked over at Bob and his mum. They stood in the kitchen staring at the screen. "What does he mean? He's lost everything." "It was just on the news," she replied. "Everyone is suing your dad. Bumfresh has made everyone's bottom go purple." "What?" replied Joe. He turned back to the TV. "If you are watching out there, son, come home, please. I beg you. I need you. I miss you so much." Joe reached out and touched the screen. He could feel tears welling in the corner of his eyes. A little hiss of static danced on his fingertips. "You better go to him," said Bob. "Yeah," said Joe, too shocked to move. "If you and your dad need anywhere to stay, you are both welcome here," said Bob's mum. "Yeah, of course," chimed in Bob. "Thanks so much. I'll tell him," said Joe. "Look, I've got to go." "Yeah," said Bob. He opened his arms and gave Joe a hug. Joe couldn't remember the last time anyone had hugged him. It was one thing money couldn't buy. Bob was a brilliant hugger too. He was all squidgy. "I'll see you later, I suppose," said Joe. "I'll make shepherd's pie," said Bob's mum with a smile. "My dad loves shepherd's pie," replied Joe. "I remember," said Bob's mum. "Me and your dad were at school together. "Really?" asked Joe. "Yes, he had a bit more hair and a bit less money back then," she joked. Joe allowed himself a little laugh. "Thank you so much." The lift was out of order, so Joe raced down the stairs, bouncing off the walls as he did so. He ran out into the car park where Raj was waiting. "Bumfresh Towers, Raj, and step on it." Raj pedalled hard and the trike trundled off down the street. They passed a rival newsagent shop and Joe clocked the headlines on the papers in racks outside. Dad was on every front page. That's the ferry. If you can hear that noise, by the way, I'm on the ferry. "Bumfresh scandal," said the Times. "Billionaire Spud's race facing ruin," ran the Telegraph. "Bumfresh is harmful to bottoms," exclaimed the Express. "Is your bottom purple?" exclaimed the Guardian. "Bumfresh purple bottom nightmare," screamed the Mirror. "Queen has a baboon's bum," claimed the Mail. "Bum horror," yelled the Daily Star. Posh Spice changes hairstyle," announced the Sun. "Well, nearly every front page." "You were right, Raj," said Joe as they sped up the high street. "About what in particular?" replied the newsagent as he mopped the sweat from his brow. "About Bumfresh. It has made everyone's bottom go purple." "I told you so. Did you inspect yours?" So much had happened since Joe had left Raj's shop yesterday afternoon, he had completely forgotten. "No." "Well," prompted the newsagent. "Pull over." "What?" "I said pull over." Raj swerved the Rajmobile on the verge. Joe leaped off, looked over his shoulder and pulled down the back of his trousers a little. "Well?" asked Raj. Joe looked down. Two great purple swollen cheeks stared back at him. "It's purple." Let's have another look at Raj's graph. If Joe's bottom was added to it, it would look like this. So his is the really extremely purple one. In short, Joe's bum was very, 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 very purple. Joe pulled up his trousers and jumped back on the Rajmobile. "Let's go." As they approached Bumfresh Towers, Joe saw that there were hundreds of journalists and camera crews waiting outside the gates of his house. As they approached, all the cameras turned to them and hundreds of flashes went off. They were blocking the entrance and Raj had no choice but to stop the trike. "You are live on Sky News. How do you feel now your father faces financial ruin?" Joe was too shocked to reply, but still men in raincoats continued to shout questions at him. BBC News, is there going to be a compensation package for the millions of people around the world whose bums have gone purple? CNN, do you think your father will face criminal charges? Raj cleared his throat. If I may take a short statement, gentlemen. All the cameras turned to the newsagents and there was hushed silence for a moment. At Raj's shop in Bolsover Street, I'm doing a very special offer on Frazzles. Buy 10 packets, get one free, for a limited time only. The journalists all sighed loudly and muttered in their annoyance. Ding, ding! Raj rang the bell on his trike and the sea of reporters parted to let him and Joe through. Thank you so much, chirped Raj with a smile, and I have some out-of-date lion birds at half price. Only slightly, Modi. And that's the end of chapter 5. So I wonder what's going to happen now. Are they going to leave all their riches? Is that going to make Joe's life better because he's starting to realise that money's not that important? Who knows? We'll soon find out. Bye!